Oh yeah, Johnny feeble oath, a juggle I am till a wind the ropes. That's what George Washington will always say. He will always say that. Even when times he was simply, when George Washington was just simply bothered by some fiendish obstacle. George Washington. Yeah. This message is for the who you know who. To the one that I simply dislike of all, ever since that I had to overcome one of the most drastic obstacles or even any dreadful situation. Ollie Flowers. Ollie Flowers, supervisor of OSI Food Group, is the one that you try to simply banish or so forth. Ollie Flowers, you know, like I know, eye for an eye. It's a dirty game, and I played even dirtier. And I simply defeated you head on collision. You threw so much shambles at me, and I had all my tactics and plan readied. And I had my whole entire game plan set. And not only that, I kept my tracks clean. I kept my everything I've did, my tracks are kept clean from you to discover what I am about to do. Ollie Flowers, you know, like I know, something, an incident, some unnatural, whatever incident you may perceive at your company, at OSI Food Group, you want to simply do away that family tree or whatever. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Do away the family tree by first simply duping the family, and then they are simply just banished. And the entire company of OSI Food Group simply just laugh hysterically how they simply fell for a trick over a family member that did something that is supposedly worth a vast fortune for Dubai. Ollie Flowers, you know like I know, you specifically stated, Ollie, that you do not want Edwardsville Tigner to ever go to Dubai. You do not want me to go to Dubai. You do not ever want me to go to Dubai, because you know why? Because you will know that I'll end up being so-called groomed and end up being prosperous over something that no one else can do. You know, if a person does something and no one else can do, that person gets groomed and, pampered all over Dubai. You do not want that. You did not want me to ever go to Dubai. You did not even want me to simply survive. That's the part. And I lived through it all. Anything happened to me, Ollie Flowers, that's why I have someone on top of me, and that's John Boswell. He's the only person that's on top of me that's going to stop you and prevent you and seize everything altogether. John Boswell is the only person that's on top of me to stop you from doing anything of what I've did on my behalf. Whatever I did, Ollie Flowers, you decked me for it, and I know you did. I just needed to wait for you to jump the gun first. You jumped the gun. That was my take, to simply play my cards right, back and forth, and to simply carefully watch your next move. Every move you make, I carefully planned and carefully watched, and I carefully took action. And I also kept my tracks clean, and without you noticing what I am about to plan. You really thought I was dumb and all so forth? Let's see. I'm in some recreational hospital, not because of some drug addiction. You literally try to do me away with banishment or whatnot because of something that is so unbelievable, right? But I had my game plan the whole time. Keep it separate. Yeah. I played crazy. I simply just played the act of as if I was simply just lost my marbles. But I just needed to throw you off and stop you from trying to do away with me. And you told my family to simply just spend his cash. You spend Steven's cash, because Steven has lost his marbles. He has lost his marbles. He is going to just simply leave a hospital and just simply be stranded and simply just waddle away and just simply wander around with nothingness. That's what you wanted, Ollie Flowers. That's what you want. And I'm not having it, Ollie. I swear I'm not having it. My family spent all my cash. I'm immediately bringing John Boswell. John Boswell will end you. He's the only man. He's the only man on this earth that's on top of me, because he will end your life, but not just your life. He will end everyone's life. Do not play with John Boswell. He does not play. He hates. I say he does not like young people doing dumb stuff, and he don't like the people that simply do things that happened in the past. Me and John Boswell have a huge impact. He's the only person that can make history. Me and John Boswell. He's the only person that's close to me, and that's the only person that I need to bring everything all to an end and shed light on everything. No matter what happens to me, as long as I get John Boswell's name out to stop you and prevent you from doing anything, Ollie Flowers, you are defeated. I defeated you fair and square, Ollie Flowers. You are defeated. You passed away with a broken heart. You passed away with a broken heart. You passed away with a broken heart, Ollie Flowers, because I overwhelmed you. And that's what I always do. I overwhelm. That's one of my greatest tactics, is to overwhelm someone. Not with simply with constant shackles of nonsense, simply by bringing up a personal incident on top of what I did. My personal incident involves those people that you hired to simply, have their way with my family. You, Ollie Flowers, I got to say this. You hired gang members. You hired gang members that I know that I've been beefing with, that they don't know who I am. You hired those gang members that I know for years to simply do away with me. Why? Just so you can satisfy your fellow employee, Tyree Gambino Harris, so he can get successful from something that is so unreal. I'm not letting whatever I did. Here's the thing. Whatever I did, I don't care about that. Whatever I did, I do not care. One thing for certain is no one's not going to get over me. I don't care. What I did, I don't care. No one is not going to never going to get over me. I'm always a step ahead. Even till my last dying breath, I'm a step ahead forever. All I need to do is seal your faith. I sealed you off and prevented you from doing anything, Ali. Now you're just passed away with a broken heart, and you literally, I'll just say, instead of passing away, you're just in the void. You're in the void. You passed on in the void. There's no heaven. There's no heaven. There's no underworld. You're just passed away. You passed away in the void. Everyone's going to the void. Instead of heaven and the underworld, you go to the void. Anyone pass away, they enter the void. Everyone is going to the void. You have no place among what you did to me, Ali. You have no place among the living after what you did to me. That's why you're in the void. You're not in the underworld. You're just in the void. You just in the void, literally just wiped from existence. Long live you, Ollie Flowers. Your heartbroken self couldn't take it. Your pitiful OSI tried to do away with me. You the supervisor, and I'm your former employee, and I got the best of you. Think I couldn't drive a forklift? I drove a forklift just to show you one of my ultra talents. I never drove a forklift, but I had to rely on my greatest attributes that's been heightened. I had to rely on my attributes and so forth to drive a perfect forklift, and to even just drive around constantly all over the place. You think I just drove a forklift out of thin air? And you wanted me to drive a forklift. You wanted me to get on the forklift, and I'm supposed to put the pedal to the metal and simply crash myself to some concrete warehouse and so forth, which I did not. I drove perfectly without much, experience and so forth. But I don't need to worry about that anymore. My only objective is you and Tyree Gambino Harris. My only objective, Ali, is for you to be in the void and Tyree Gambino Harris enter the void. Both you and Tyree are laid to rest. peacefully in the void. Both of y'all in the void, and I'm happy. I'm happy that both of y'all in the void. There's no heaven, no underworld. Y'all is in the void. Nah. I'm the new seal on this earth. I should be the new great seal of America. I should be the new great seal. I should be for what I'm capable of and what I can actually do, being what I am at best. I should actually no. I don't need to say should. I will be the new seal. I'm gonna do everything in my power to ensure that the Treasury will understand me and what I'm capable of, and I'm gonna overwhelm the Treasury. Scott Benson to any other head of Treasury in the future, I'm going to make sure to overwhelm the Treasury. Well, I don't care how many treasuries in the USA. It could be 2, 10, 19, or whatever. I don't care. I will overwhelm every treasury all over the USA. But not just the USA. Beyond everything all over the nation. I'm just going to overwhelm every nation. I'm going to show my wrath. My ultimate wrath all over the nation. Every nation is going to understand what I'm capable of. I'm going to take this all over the nation. Every nation, I'm going to make sure to show my wrath all over every nation. New Zealand, Asia, North Korea. Actually, I've done majority of it. North Korea is going through it. Russia, Italy is messed up. I'm telling you, Giovanni of Nutella, he is having a fit. Mamma mia, this guy screwed up my Nutella. I screwed up his Nutella in some way, but I have to take it beyond. I got to teach everyone not to get over me. I'm showing my wrath. I'm unstoppable. I'm invincible, seeming me invincible. I'm at a disadvantage and advantage. I'm at a disadvantage of opportunities. I'm at a disadvantage at opportunities, but I'm at an advantage of simply having everything I want nationwide. You, Ollie Flowers, do not want me to go to Dubai. So I want to go to Dubai. I want to meet the Prince of Dubai, Prince Father. I want to go to Dubai. But you, Ollie Flowers, you do not want me, Stephen Edward Tigner, to go to Dubai for nothing in the world. For what Stephen Tigner is capable of and what Stephen is doing, you do not want Stephen to ever go to Dubai because you just so jealous of having Stephen being pampered. Stephen is the only person in the world that could do something that no one else can do. So is that fair for everyone else? No. Stephen must be punished. Stephen must be put to shame. And his family tree must be put to banishment. That's what you said, Ollie. That's what you specifically said. You specifically wanted my whole generation to be put to banishment. All because of Stephen did something that is prosperous, that he'll be pampered. It's a possibility that he'll be pampered and groomed and be willed and be fed and so forth and all that. That's what you fear, Ollie. That's what you don't want Stephen want. I want that. And I'm going to have it no matter what. I'll take it to Elon and simply have to get Elon's undivided attention, even if it means I have to show Elon my personal wrath beyond. I shouldn't have to do a number on Tesla and SpaceX, but if I have to, then I will. I will have to do a number on SpaceX and Tesla. But it ain't just that. Every company, from Warren Buffett to so forth, every company, Microsoft and all, Amazon, I'll do a huge number and show the meaning of my proudness that I am not to be played with. I am no joke. Ollie Flowers, you honestly didn't think I had something better than what I did? You see, my prior incident involves those gang members that you hired to simply do away with me and my family tree. And you wanted those gang members to simply take the credit by having their dreams come true with something that they can't do. Yeah, Ollie. You have gang members simply just looking up to each other, pretending as if they could do something that only I can do. I've done something that no one else can ever do. You got, out of all 7 billion people on this earth, you have one individual that done something that is so beyond imagination. No one else cannot do such feat. And I don't need to explain what it is. It's only for me, myself, and I just want the government to know that that things out here in this world are meant to exist. The government must be aware of it. And I want the government to be aware. You don't want the government to know that something that Stephen did or whatever I did exists. because you wanted to profit personally. You wanted to keep it a secret, and all the citizens are aware of it. They're just working together, trying to deck the family off this earth. That's all that is. Deck that family tree off this earth and give credit to the next, to some other phony family. That's what you tried to do, Ali. I could not have that. So I destroyed your own OSI food group, and I took it nationwide. I can't even fart, but if I had to praise, I got to fart just to simply just say, yay. Oops. No, that was not fart. That was just simply a whoopee cushion. Anyway, Ali Flowers, I defeated you in your own game. I'll take this the matter to Elon, and I'll simply have to do a number on SpaceX and Tesla if I have to. As long as I have my wish come true, I will make it happen. Dubai, Dubai, Dubai. Steven wants to go to Dubai. Dubai, be pampered, be cared, be pampered, be groomed. Dubai, 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 Dubai. Steven wants to go to Dubai. To be pampered, to be groomed. Dubai, 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 Dubai. I want to go to Dubai. You don't want me to go to Dubai, Ali Flowers. Didn't you play crazy and act like you didn't sabotage my life, which you did? You sabotaged me, Ali. I forged it. Now you're out of place. Rest in the void, Ali Flowers, because you're in the void. Rest in the void, Tyree Gambino Harris, because he's in the void. And your employees, half of your employees at OSI Food Group literally had a stroke and heart attack. So half of them employees that's old, they all in the void too. Half of your OSI Food Group employees are so depressed that they literally just they passed on with a broken heart, or they literally had a blood clot. And it's funny though, because they all pitched in trying to get rid of me. Yeah, y'all was so happy trying to find some way to get rid of me. That's all that was. You just trying to find some way to get rid of me, Ali Flowers. Now half your employees are in the void. Yeah, boy. I challenge Congress. Once upon a time, there was this guy who has done some unthinkable what not, so forth. And so we do away his family and duped his family without them knowing the truth. That's all that was. Once upon a time, there was some guy named Steven. He did something, whatever he did, it made him prosperous for Dubai. Dubai will love him. Prince Faisal, all the princes and the heirs will see him as an adoption and just look at him and worship him. But we can't have Steven to be going to Dubai. So we simply relinquish Steven, and we simply duped his family, and his family doesn't believe a word he said, because we have everyone saying the same thing. We duped Steven and his family tree, and now they've been banished. And guess what? They're no longer here. His entire family tree, Steven's family tree, is no longer here. That's what you wanted, Ali. You wanted the whole family tree to be just poof, no longer here. That's what you wanted. But you're not here, Ali Flowers, and your family tree not here. They're in the void. That's why I have my own game plan. I have someone that's on top of me. John Boswell's name is going to end you, Ali. John Boswell's name is so dangerous because John Boswell's name is just me bringing up John Boswell is an airstrike. You can have all types of stuff in your mind, Ali, to say whatever you want, but I just need to bring up John Boswell. And John Boswell, let me tell you, Mr. Boswell, I got to do a brief. John Boswell is a former veteran for World War II, and he has all the weapons, all kinds of weapons, even katana swords and so forth. Every weapon. He could call an airstrike he could literally call an airstrike if he wants to, but he doesn't have to do that. He got people to actually call an airstrike. And, I'll bring up John Boswell's name. That's literally just calling an airstrike on everyone in Illinois. Bring out the Gatling gun, like the Terminator. That's all that was. Ali, you will never get the best of me. Never. The one and only Stephen Edward Tickler. Goodbye, Ollie Flowers. May you rest in the void.